and the live enzymes aren't destroyed. They're powderized and then put into a vegan capsule so that they're super simple and easy to take. And I just loved that, you know, in kind of popping a pill, it was 30 plus vegetables that I was introducing into my body every single day. And my body was recognizing that. It's what they call bioavailable. So our body recognizes it, unlike a synthetic supplement that you pee out into the toilet and see that kind of fluoro urine. So I was hooked straight away. I was like, this is a no-brainer. And fast forwarding to now, I've got 2 beautiful little girls. And I love that the company has created a chewable version for kids, because I know that I don't have to shove fruits and vegetables down my kids' throat, even though they love them. I'm very thankful for that. But there's no fighting every day or night at the dinner table. It's exactly the same as the adult version, the capsule version. It's fruit, vegetables, juice, dried, powderized, and put into it's like a natural tapioca chewy substance to create a chewable version. So my girls fight over this product every single morning. I actually have to keep it up on the the top shelf of the pantry because I have caught them. They've grabbed the packets and snuck off and ate half a whole packet. So they're guarded by me. So the company Juice Plus has been around for 40 years. Like I said, it's backed by amazing clinical data. It's a known quantity, and it's known as the company with a heart. It has created a children's health study. So it sponsors over 1 million children so far worldwide. And that means that for every adult that is on the product, a child from the ages of 4 to 18 can get the chewable versions or capsule versions for free of charge. And I just think that that's amazing for a company to actually back a product like that. They're trying to promote overall family health, which is just incredible. And then I guess the third product I'd like to touch on tonight is the Whole Food Juice Plus shakes, the complete shakes. These are a must-have, or at least a must-try. Like I said, I didn't eat a lot, or I ate really bad things. And I have these every single morning for breakfast now. I used to be a breakfast skipper, and now I have breakfast every single day, which has just transformed my life because I don't live in that kind of grey fog every day. I am kickstarting my day in a healthy way. It's full of natural goodness and whole foods, from mushroom powder to chickpea, soy, yucca. I mean, who eats yucca? But there's all amazing whole foods in here. And I just love that they've got a beautiful vanilla flavour and chocolate. I give one of these to the girls when they get home from daycare in the afternoon. They think it's chocolate milkshake. Little do they know they're having kale, spirulina, like alfalfa. I mean, God, as if they were going to ever eat that. So I just think that that's insanely good that we can pump all these whole foods into ourselves and our children every single day so that we're consistently getting that nutrients that we require. So we're bridging the gap between what we do eat every day and what we should be eating every day. So it's an absolute no-brainer for me and my family. And I'd love to pass over to Matt because he's now going to share his product story with us. I think you're muted still, Matt. There we go.
Done. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. This is my first time speaking, so I'm very excited. I have been very lucky to become involved with Juice Plus because James is my oldest mate that we grew up together. So we've been friends for over 30 years. And I've actually sat back and watched James and Linda for what they've been doing for the last 5, 6, 7 years. And I was a little bit skeptical at first. And I thought, wow, you know, I have a science degree. I've done a couple of Ironman triathlons. I played football or AFL football. So I've always been very sporty and healthy, and I was a little bit skeptical. So it took me around about 6 years to get onto the product, and I started taking it 3 months ago. to be honest, because my wife and I, my family, are very health conscious, we did a bit of an audit on what we were doing, and we found that even though as healthy as we are or were, we just weren't getting the requirements. So that's when I spoke to the guys and said, it's about time I got on it. So 3 months ago, I started taking the product, and I have to be honest, I feel so much different. We just had a baby 5 months ago, so sleep deprived, working long hours and trying to train. I feel like something's happened to me. I can't, put it down to the exact tablets that I'm taking or capsules that I'm taking, but I definitely feel different, and I'm really looking forward to continuing my journey. So it's been a really great way for us to plug that gap that we had missing, that we actually thought we're really good, but we weren't. So very excited to be a part of it and share my story with you guys. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt, and welcome to the team. Looking forward to hearing your amazing results down the track. And now I think, Layla, you're also sharing the story tonight, are you?
No, let's hear from Danny. Let's hear from Danny now.
Danny. Just dobbed you in.
Hi, everyone. You got me unprepared there, James. I haven't been thinking about what I was going to say, but I guess I know my story pretty well.
Sorry, yeah.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Danny. I'm a mum with 3 gorgeous children ranging from 16 down to 6, so it's a busy lifestyle here. My journey started with Juice Plus about 2.5 years ago now, and I found out that I had type 2 diabetes. I'd had gestational diabetes with all 3 of the kids, so it was kind of something that was always there in the background, but I was hoping I was going to escape it for a bit longer, but I didn't. So anyway, we ate really well at home. My background was in food, so I know how to eat well and how to balance foods, but I still was obviously lacking something. And by chance, Juice Plus came across my table. I was never somebody who took supplements or was into any of those types of things. So it had to be something that was as close to real food as possible for me to even take a look at it. But I was looking for something, and was I skeptical at first? Maybe a little bit, because I just wasn't sure that you could really substitute anything for food. So I did do a lot of research at the beginning, probably a little too much research at the beginning and confused myself. But what I did discover is that it really was 100% natural and a beautiful whole food product that hopefully at that time was going to help me get some balance in my body and balance out my sugars. Just a bit of background on that. My sugars were really high. The doctors gave me 3 months to try and sort something out, but they basically said, we'll probably have you on medication in 3 months. It's 2.5 years on. I'm not on medication, which in itself is fantastic. I'm so pleased about that. It's one thing I really wanted to avoid for as long as possible. I mean, obviously, if I had to go on it, I would. But I do believe that diet and nutrition is so important. And what I did discover, which I didn't know about diabetes, is it's an inflammatory disease, which so many diseases today are inflammatory diseases. And one of the things we really know about Juice Plus is that it reduces inflammation. We have the medical studies to prove that. So it's kind of a no-brainer that it's working so well with my diabetes. That's my journey so far with it. I'm just absolutely hooked. I will not go a day without it. I use the complete shakes, Christy, not always for breakfast. For me, it's more about for when I really want to have a snack. You know, in the past, I could grab anything to eat. I didn't really have to think about it, a coffee and something. But now I really do have to think about it. And the good thing about the shakes for me and for anyone with diabetes is that they're low GI, which means they're absorbed slowly into the body, into the bloodstream, and they don't raise your blood sugars so quickly. And that's a huge thing for me. So I can have those. I don't add a lot of fruit to them because, again, being diabetic, you don't want to add too much more. But I'll add frozen spinach and avocado and chia seeds and I'll use a little bit of almond milk or coconut water, and they're unreal. They're so good. Like, I'll have that in the afternoon, and that mushroom powder is feel-good powder, so I also get a bit of boost and gets me through that sort of 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock when I have to deal with a few cranky children. Then I give them a shake as well. So the whole family's on Juice Plus. Everyone has different results, but that's my results for tonight, and I'll share some other results from the family another night, or I'll be talking all night. So, yeah, I love it.
Beautiful, Danny. Thanks for sharing. Always love listening to your story. I think, James, I'm going back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Christy. Beautiful info there, and certainly, Matt, to hear you share that, mate, it's really powerful. And I'm a bit of a dope. I don't know why it took me so long to really reach out and pin you down and say, buddy, we need to be talking about this more seriously. But sometimes, you know, good things happen when we wait, right? Certainly, Danny, I know for you and your family, like mine, we're all on this product, and certainly the stories, the results we hear continue to blow us all away. So it really is like that, guys. But I did allude to earlier that for me, the big change has come with the business behind this, and those secret to that many of you have been drawn to that as well. I certainly want to welcome, as we have Matt on, who's just jumped on board, Phil and Jody, you know, for jumping on board too. They're buddies of mine for the last few years, who really, you know, want to be around good people, you know, and take a product that they know is going to bridge that gap. That's a term we hear. Certainly Susie and Phil there in the background, I know you're listening on as well, so welcome on board the call. So guys, you know, the notion that the things that we hear that for a lot of people may be different on this is, you know, the first is, you know, well, how do I get into this business? How do I do it? And I just want to dispel a few myths and those sort of things, right? This is just something we add to our existing life. You know, we take the product, we use the product. We're going to have some sort of result. Sometimes they're profound. Sometimes it's just like me, my immune being so strong, but we're going to share that. So by no means is it any sort of sign, a club or anything like that. We just want to share it with the people we love around us. You know, and if I consider this business, if you will, to my traditional job, right? And I've worked, you know, my whole life. You know, Matt and I, we went to uni, we went through school, we worked hard, we followed the rules. We went to university, we followed more rules, we got the job, we did that, we aspired to get into business, work hard, and, you know, speaking for myself, that 50, 60, 70 hour career that flows from that, you know, that's what you're striving for, and that's what I was striving for. 20 odd years in that, and I found myself beginning to question it, because things began to come up that, you know, were not in the plan. And I'd been successful, you know, in several different companies and careers. You know, I'd started and worked my way up the rungs, and, you know, ended up reporting to the CEO at the top, you know, making great money. But what I found when I wanted this, and I'd strive so hard for it, was what you had to pay, the price to give, and that was in time. And I also started to see it play out with stress, right? And I know I haven't spoken to you guys, that many of you have been in this space too, that the pressure and the stress, not only of targets and work, but all the extra stuff you've got to put into it, the commuting, it absorbs you, right? It consumes you. And I actually was at this point where it was so hard to switch off at the end of the day. You'd sometimes not really sleep that well, check emails at 11 or 12 at night, and be back into it at 6 in the morning. And I just knew that there was something wrong with that. You know, I hear every now and then from people that Juice Plus, you know, is it a pyramid? I was in the pyramid already, and this was it. Here was me striving my little bum off, working completely blocked in an organisation where I was never going to be the boss, and I'd had my bonuses and commissions changed. I wasn't working any less. I was actually expected to work more. The industry changed. I found myself thinking, well, how can I put in 70 hours a week of 25-year career and actually be questioning it? And I feel so blessed that Juice Plus was right there for me at the time. It was a good plan B. I was sharing it with people, and very quickly it became, in my mind, plan A. You know, we enter this business all exactly the same. And this model can work, right? I'm never going to be one to say if you're in the corporate traditional model and working and loving it, we can love our jobs on that. But where is the escape valve, and how do you keep putting into that and not have something else? So this business allows us to all enter in the same position, and it all allows us to ascend to the top position, which is called NMD or National Marketing Director. Everyone can do that. There's no limits. There's no limits at the top. And what I found was we can only get there by linking arms with people. And that's what I saw people doing. And in here, I actually started looking around and seeing some of my friends, my buddies, who were doing well in Juice Plus and thinking they had more time than me. And I know they'll make more money than me. And I needed to get involved in this. And when I stepped out of this model and began with Juice Plus, my mind was blown when I started to see what could happen when you shared things. Because in here, I didn't share a thing. I didn't share leads. I actually worked in an office once where I'd lock my drawer and lock my office, and actually had once my boss take my leads. That was gutting. It's like, oh my God. But in here, it's anything but that. If you don't share, if you don't link arms, if you don't put yourself out of your own comfort zone, get out of your own way, right? This is what we do, and this is how we survive. So one person I shared this with was a guy called Ben. You know, he was a guy I knew through my last career, real estate, and he put his hand up. He said, I love what you're doing. I'd love to know a bit more. I said, well, come and let's talk about Juice Plus instead, because that's cutting edge. Well, Ben, before I knew it, he heard what he loved. He shared it with his sister, Kate. I'd never met Kate, didn't know Kate, but Kate's all of a sudden on board. Kate shared it with her girlfriend, BJ. BJ shared it with her mum, Lindley, and Lindley shared it with her girlfriend, Liz. Now, I knew Ben. I didn't know Kate. I certainly didn't know any of these ladies. I didn't know that Liz was a nurse with her own practice in New Zealand, and so was Lindley. And, oh, my God, these people started sharing something that I was passionate about and connected with, and it blew me away because all of a sudden I had an international business just by putting myself out there. Now, that was impossible in this model, right? If I was a silo, and I was so contained in that I was fearful to share anything because I didn't believe anyone would do a good enough job, or that someone would just sort of, I'd get ripped. But in here, it was anything but. So I started, and this amazing team evolved. We hear or think, do I have to hunt down my friends? And clearly with Matt on the line as my oldest mate, I didn't hunt him down. He literally had to come knock on my door. And any business where we get to do that and we share with the people we care about and we don't have to be aggressive or hunt people down, I think that's got so much merit because that's how we truly are, as individuals. That's what we want, and that's how we want to be with people. So it's wonderful that we don't have to do that one. Another thing or myth I hear, oh, goodness, have I got in too late? Is it already boomed if I got in too late? Well, I'd ask you these two questions. Are fruit and veggies going out of fashion? No. If anything, globally, our health is in dire straits and we need more. So this is a business. It's got stood the test of time in terms of product. That's really going to be on an up curve in terms of market acceptance, if you will. And the other side of that, social media and the speed of connection and the speed of trust with people has reached levels that it never has. One of the guys who sort of pioneered in this business tells the story. He used to go down the phone booth with a bag of 20-cent pieces or quarters, because he's American, a bag of quarters, and have to put them in and ring people. And they didn't have an answering machine, so he'd just have to hang up and then go and try them the next day. So if anything, we're on the cusp of something, amazing with this. And, when you understand the power of numbers and what they can do, and that this can be a global business, you'll really, start to see what potentially this could be. And let's consider this. If I taught just two people well in this business, and they taught two people well, and they taught two people well, and they did, I'd have close to 64 people in a business. Now, that's mind-boggling to the bloke who was locked in this silo over here, right? To have half a dozen, but to have 30 people out on the same mission was staggering. What really, really sets this apart, though, is imagine if I just taught 5. and I did the right things and I followed the system and I shared with the right people, and then they taught 5 and they taught 5 and they taught 5 and then they taught 5. You might not be able to read, but that figure is 3,125 people. Imagine an organisation where you've got that level of people out there sharing and being with you on your mission. That is mind-blowing. I've got no doubt if I commit to this and stay with this, and I will, I know the product will do its thing, and the business and the company's incredibly sound. One day this figure can be real, because I know, because my wife Linda has these sort of people in her business, and this is the real deal, guys. So thank you for listening to this. This all comes together when we start to get paid, though, and that's pretty cool. Our gorgeous teamie and buddy Amanda, she's a real, she's a gorgeous person in this and in so many ways, you know. But I'm going to hand over to Bronya tonight. Amanda so often shares this section. We're going to hear her story. Look at the girls laugh. All right, sometimes I get it wrong. We're going to hand to Bronny tonight. I'm sure we'll hear from Amanda though.
Good recovery on that one, James.
I'm quick, Bron. Over to you, girl.
Okay. So I'm really excited tonight to share how we get paid in this business. So most of us have got a bit of a love-hate relationship with money. I would say almost everyone does. We absolutely love it because it gives us choices. However, we kind of hate it at the same time because there's never enough of it. It just keeps disappearing so fast. So what I love about this business is we get paid 3 ways. So we get a retail profit. I hope you can see that all right. Give me some thumbs up. Is that all right? Retail profit, we get paid in commissions, and we also get paid bonuses. So I have a traditional business as well as my Juice Plus business. We sell baby things. So when we sell a blanket, for example, the difference between the wholesale cost that we pay and the retail, you get a profit, and that's the same with Juice Plus. So you get a retail profit. The difference is that we as franchisees do not need to go out there and buy all the product and keep it in our garage and send it all out like I have to do in my traditional business. We just connect the customer straight to Juice Plus, and they ship the product directly to the customer. So that really appealed to me so much when I jumped on board, because I thought, this is excellent. I get a retail profit just from sharing this with somebody, and I don't have to do any of the work that I do in my traditional business. So that was a massive tick for me. And it doesn't end there. So the other thing that excited me so much was that we get commissions. So this is the beach money, okay? So as you keep sharing and your team keeps growing, you get a residual income. And this residual income is what we call the beach money. So when you're sleeping, when you're on holidays, when you're not really working on your business actively, you're still getting paid because it's growing underneath you. The third way we get paid is bonuses. And this excited me even more because I just felt like it was money falling from the sky. So sharing, teaching, talking. I think our biggest job is just to talk about the product and talk about the business with people, and doing that and teaching them what you know, you get great bonuses. So we're going to talk about those bonuses today quickly. So when we start sharing, I'll come a bit closer. It's very simple. So you come on board and you order a product for yourself and one other person, you will already get to the very first level in our business, which is DVF, and guess what? $100 bonus. That seems pretty achievable, hey? Order the product for yourself and one customer, you've already got yourself $100 bonus. So basically that pays for your franchisee. It's $165 to start this business. So you can basically tick that off as a almost free business. Now, if you go and talk to and find 3 other people that this business makes sense to, and they order for themselves and one other customer, you get to the second level of SDVF, and you get a beautiful $400 bonus. And the great thing about this business, because it's a teaching business, a teach to teach business, you get a $400 bonus as well, the person who has taught you. you and also the person who has taught you. And today I think we've got an SDVF who's going to share her business story. So can I think Layla, are you jumping on board tonight to share your business story? Can you unmute yourself and just quickly share, just in a couple of minutes, your story to SDVF?
Hi, I can definitely share my business story. I'm not sure that I've got to SDVF yet, but for me,
that's fine.
It's right there. For me, I kind of believe in the synchronicity of life, and I was selling my business in Uganda and looking for something new, and the Juice Plus business dropped into my lap. So for me, that was a really good omen and an awesome sign, and I love things like that. So I kind of come across it maybe in a less conventional way than many other people. But at that time, I was really aware that I was trading time for money. So prior to that, I had a safari company that involved me being on safaris, and I teach yoga, and that involved me teaching yoga. And I'm a shiatsu practitioner, so I'm a body worker. So there was only an amount of bodies that I could work on in a day, or so many yoga classes that I could do in a day. So if I wanted to make more money, then I had to cover somebody else's class. And in the end, there just wasn't enough people or enough hours and enough energy in me. So at that stage, like, I was aware that what I did in the future needed to look different. Otherwise, me in 5 years' time, I'd be almost 50 and still in the same position. So the Juice Plus model really started to light up a little bit for me at that stage, that maybe I could reach out and help more people with information and IBS than what I was already able to do within like the confines of my yoga practice or my massage area. So that really excited me, that like, what if I could carry on helping more people than what I'm doing now, and in a different way. So I drew a vision board and I looked at what was important for me, and it was community, to be able to travel, to be amongst like-minded people that empower and uplift each other. And this, you know, all seemed to make sense. With my Juice Plus business, I'm in Cyprus now, and I can get online and I can send a Facebook post. I can be at the airport in Bangkok and about to go to the beach and update my profile. You know, as long as you've got a phone and a connection, then this business can work. And I did once hear that if your smartphone's not making you money, then it's not smart. So make that smartphone smart. So yeah, that's kind of my my business story. Like, I've loved what I'm learning, and I love that I can reach out to more people. And it's a product that aligns with my values, and a business that aligns with my values of being able to empower, uplift, and help other people.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that. You really seem to be the perfect example of somebody knowing how to fit this business into stolen moments. And that was absolutely key for me too, because at the time, as I said, I already had my own business. I had 2 small children, a husband that worked shift work, and absolutely no family around to help. So, you know, it wouldn't have been a typical thing for someone in my position to look for another job or another business. But I understood straight away that it was all about conversations in stolen moments, and that's how a lot of people start this business. They have success in this business doing exactly that. So yeah, great share. Thank you, Layla. So after SDVF, the next level is SC, Sales Coordinator. And when you get there, you get $600, and the person who taught you also gets a $600 bonus. The next level after that is SSC, and for that you get a $1,200 bonus. And the person, oh my God, that was 12,000. No, not 12,000, 1,200. And the person who taught you also gets a $1,200 bonus. Now, I think we have, we'll get it right this time. SSC on the line. Is that you, Amanda? Are you going to share your business story tonight? Okay, come off mute, and I'd love to hear your story.
All right, thank you guys. I just wanted to introduce Ray, who's with me. We're in Uganda right now, so this is where we live. Ray is actually Canadian, so that's again just echoing what Layla said, that you can literally do this business from anywhere, and you never know who this business is going to make sense to and you're going to connect with. So I came into the business it was 3.5 years ago now, and I didn't actually know what I was looking for. I wasn't out there looking for Juice Plus necessarily. It kind of fell in my lap like Layla, but I knew I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I had, like James said, I'd gone and done the right things. I got my master's degree in physical therapy. I've been working in hospitals for 15 years, but I would go to work and just feel, it was like walking into almost like a dead space. If you've had that feeling at work where you lose, I would be ready to go in the morning, passionate, excited, and I walked to work and it was like all my energy was just gone. And that was sort of a clue that something needed to change. And, you know, I knew that I was meant for bigger things. I just knew that you know, I was meant to do something else. So when I really took a look at the business, and my first real look was, James's husband, Linda, invited me to a conference in Orlando, and having 2 boys under the age of 5, I didn't travel a whole lot then, and we didn't have the money for me to travel by myself. And she invited me, and I thought, heck, I'm going. No matter what this business is, I'm going to Orlando and having some fun. So I did take a strong look at Orlando, saw people there that actually were excited about life, excited about the company, excited about their future, and I thought that's what I want more of. And so I knew it was possible, and I just had to, you know, stay consistent. So I stayed in my physical therapy job, built this business in stolen moments with 2 little boys. And then we have moved overseas since I started. So we moved from Denver, Colorado to Uganda, where I can't get the product. And really no one here can join my team other than expats. So there's been some challenges, but what I can say is that the vision has kept me going. The people I've met have kept me going. The education that I've been a part of, and just the personal growth is amazing, staying connected. So yes, this business can bring you amazing financial freedom, which is what I'm working towards. But it also can bring you amazing emotional revenue. If you're feeling like you're just missing something, this business definitely allowed me to just feel that excitement again for life. So if you're new to the call, take a look, please.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Amanda. That's great. So
Ronnie has frozen.
Community, and you
She's back.
$1,500 bonus, and the person who taught you also gets a $1,500 bonus. And then, as James was saying before, the top level in our company, NMD, you get a $3,000 bonus, and the person who's taught you's got enough money. Here's product way.
We're losing Bron. Is everyone else hearing well? Yeah, no, we're not hearing her, but you can hear me. All right. She might jump back in, but rather than make it sort of us sitting and waiting, she can probably even hear us now. But I'll sort of pick up there from where Bron was, because she was taking us to that last bonus we get, and was going to throw back to me anyway. So, guys, the thing with the income, when that NMD position, it varies, right? And this business is one where you will get the more out of it, the more you put in. And that is, you know, from a personal connection level, but also from a financial level. What we see is that most NMDs, their average business would mean that they're bringing probably in somewhere between probably 6,000 to 10,000 income a month would be the average that we sort of see on that. And then it can build from there, right? There's no stopping the business at any point. If you don't want, you can continue to talk and share with people. And as we get bigger, we continue to get bonuses under what we call our club level, but those bonuses push up with the very highest bonus being $10,000. And, you know, certainly the income when you're up at that level could be, you know, upwards of 20,000 a month. And there's many people making that in the organisation and even in the team, in the broader team, you know, that Linda, you know, has sort of led for many, many years. So the money is here. You know, it's just about that for some, but so much more than that for many, right? So I heard one or two things tonight. And one from Layla was, you know, well what if, you know, what if this could be something that you were really good at? What if this was something that could help deliver on those dreams and those passions that you had inside, but that have maybe, you know, died down, you know, just a little over the time? What if this was something that really, truly changed someone else's life just because you shared it with them? And we've seen all those things happen, right? This is the business with a heart. I want to welcome tonight as well for Amy. Hello, Amy. We had a great chat, you know, via Danny through the week. And Danny's in Paris, right? Sorry, Amy's in Paris. So this is a global business. We get that time zones. We don't have to be all living in each other's backyard and doing that. We get to share this however and wherever we can. So, guys, I'll leave you with that tonight. You know, dream what if. You know, if this is the first time on or you're not part of the business yet, you know, you're going to have questions. You can see we're real. Certainly, I think I handed to the wrong people 4 times, but we're real. We're here. We've all got questions. We've all been through it. So, you know, ask them. Talk to the person who invited you. They've got you on here because they care about you. You know, and this is our space to get on and share each week with it. So this is the Zoom channel. We went maybe 5 minutes over tonight, usually around 40 minutes at whatever time we started tonight. I thank you all for jumping on, and thank you all for sharing stories. We look forward to talking soon. Yeah. Bye-bye. And I did record this if anyone wants, so we get to come back and watch again.